my god, bro, it's deep, bro. And all you do, like, you literally got that nigga.
The Bentley stays, the broke hoes goes.
That's racist, my nigga. That's racist, my nigga.
Percocet, 1-1. Percocet, 1-1.
It's hot.
No, I don't.
Fucking under titties hot. My pussy getting hot. Ass crack getting hot. I'm hot.
Why do you love that sound so much?
Dude, because during COVID, I was sitting at home one day and Cardi B...
My under titties are hot. My pussy getting hot. I'm hot.
No, and I was sitting at home and Cardi B went on IG Live and she said the funniest shit I ever heard, in my opinion. And it resonated with me because sometimes I be getting hot. And like, just her going on IG and IG Live and being like, my pussy hot, my under titty hot, my like, yo.
Time out. So she said my pussy getting hot.
And it resonated with me, yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Exposed. Sorry if that hurt your ear just now. I did yell into the mic.
All right, so today, welcome to the butcher shop, by the way.
That's women business.
Yes. Today we're going to stay out of women business. And by stay out of women business, we're going to get into women business like the government did with Roe v. Wade. But before that, we're going to talk about Young Thug, YSL. Young Thug and
Throw it
Gunna.
up.
I'm good. What are the charges? What are the charges? I'm good. Sex, money, and what?
Stop. All right, bro. Let's not. All right, let's keep going. Yeah. This is how we're starting off the pod today.
We live in Miami, by the way.
No, we do not.
We live in Nebraska. So, yeah, Young Thug and Gunna plus other members of YSL got indicted on RICO charges, which were federal charges created by, were charges created to take down the mafia and take down other organized criminal gangs. And, Young Thug and Gunna and others have been charged with a lot of things. So they got charged with conspiracy to violate the Racketeer, Influence and Corruption Organizations Act, participation in criminal street gang activity, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, which is fucking stupid. Fuck that. That shouldn't be on there. Possession of firearm during commission of a felony. Tough. Possession of a sawed-off shotgun, sawed-off rifle, machine gun, dangerous weapon or silencer, unlawful for a person employed by and associated with criminal street gang to participate in crime.
That boy Jeffrey got hit with a lot of shit.
Yeah, dude's looking at a lot of times. So let's keep it going. So Young Thug and Gunna arrested, charged with racketeering. Young Thug is charged as the kingpin of the organization.
Which is insane, right? Because, bro, they're really saying on here. So it's count 56. It says Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, aka Slime, with the offense of participation in criminal street gang activity for said accused, yada yada, yada yada yada, while occupying a position of organizer, supervisor, or other position of management or leadership of criminal street gang YSL, did engage in directly or indirectly or conspire to engage in any of one of the following acts of criminal street gang activity of YSL: murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, armed robbery, hijacking a motor vehicle, sale of marijuana, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, theft by receiving a firearm, and possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. Contrary to the laws of said state, the good order, peace, and whatever, yeah. But
it seems like he's being charged by the state of Georgia. And earlier I said federal, but you know, like it doesn't have to be the federal government that comes after you with these laws. But yeah, so
shit's fucking trash.
Yeah,
that's a lot of shit. And then what's the evidence they got?
So they were using social media posts in the indictment, they had different social media posts. Young Thug throwing up a hand sign,
Rich gang,
saying that he's basically did a pose for a photo release on social media wearing red clothing and flashing a YSL gang hand sign, an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy.
Yeah, you're gonna hear a lot in this, an overt act of furtherance of the conspiracy. That really just means that, like, you know, like this is part of like them being a gang. That's what that means,
right? And conspiracy just means that two people are coming together to conspire or to come up with an idea of a crime. So if you conspire, let's say, to steal the election, or you conspire with Russia.
Let's go there.
No. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
brother.
not saying that Trump did that, but a lot of people were saying collusion. Remember the whole collusion thing?
I do remember that.
People were saying
that's
collusion
still a thing.
because collusion. It's not technically called collusion. It's called conspiracy, and that's the same thing. It's people were accusing Donald Trump of conspiring with Russia.
Look what an education
to win the election. Miami-Dade, baby.
Like, no, actually, can we give a shout out to Miami-Dade?
Public schools.
I was saying this today. No, I did not say public schools.
Oh, okay.
I mean the college. Shout out to Miami-Dade College, because they really are out here giving people 4-year degrees on the cheap. But yeah, like, let's keep going.
Respect. So yeah, anyway, so someone said prison in Atlanta about to look like Rolling Loud.
I don't want a ticket, but I sort of do. I don't know what to tell you.
You don't got to pay with money.
Yeah, I know. You sort of got to do a crime. And then
no, you got to pay with the ass.
Hey, you said it. Whatever.
My bad.
Gunna saying bye to the rest of YSL as he heads to the interrogation room.
And it's just a video of
the worst NBA play. So Karl Anthony Towns, like him and Devin Booker are getting up there to the point of like, I really don't like them, bro. Like,
who are you, the king?
Like, dude, him blowing kisses and what the fuck is he doing? And he's like, dude, nah, this isn't it, champ. He thought this was it, but it's not. It really
no wonder
isn't.
Jimmy Butler was pissed off.
He didn't want to fucking play there. I wouldn't want to fucking play. Get the fuck out of here, man. First off, you're in Minnesota, right? Like, and then second off, you have to play with that dude.
All right, so yeah, that's basically all we know about the whole Young Thug thing. He's just been arrested. They're not allowing him to have bond, so he can't even post bail to get out of jail
at all.
He's stuck. And if they have RICO charges, like that means they pretty much like have a lot of evidence.
They're on his ass.
Like they're on his ass,
and they're using.
They're not like the lead prosecutor in the interview. She said, which I wish we should have had that here, but she basically said
the thing is they
wait. She said because she was asked. Someone asked a question like, are you going to charge Jack Harlow?
Stop. No. We'll get there in a second. We'll get there in a second.
Blah, 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 blah. No, basically. And then she said, after that, the next question was like, do you intend on, like, because these people are famous, like, do you intend on, like, you know, going easy on them or something? And she's like, no, we're going to ask the judge for the maximum penalty.
My thing is that they've been watching them since 2012, right? So that's 10 years. This is 10 years of evidence that they've been watching them. And they said since 2015 that they've been responsible for like 50 murders, right? And then not only that, but they're using like the lyrics from their songs like against them. Like the song he has with Nicki Minaj where he's like, I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body. Like that's literally one of the like evidence things in the you know, that document, you know. So they're using think of your favorite Young Thug song, and if there's a lyric in there where he's saying some wild shit, it's definitely in there.
So this is a good conversation to get into. So like rap is the only fictional writing and art form that is permissible in court,
which is so fucked, right?
Doesn't that sound racist?
No, because it is, right?
Type shit,
isn't it? No, like I feel like, come on, like that makes no sense. Why is it that, you know? Now, I understand there's two sides, like the both sides of the coin. That's always me.
I'll give you the other side.
Because, all right, but I'm just saying that, like, it's fucked up because someone on the, like, that makes rock music or just, like, some other shit, like, you know, they could say they're going to kill their wife or, like, you know, do some shit like that. And, like, they've been arrested for beating their wife or some shit like that. But no one's using, like, those lyrics against them in court. You get me? Like, and it just doesn't make sense that you could, like, use someone's rap lyrics when it really is just, like, it's storytelling, right? Like, that's what music is, you know? So, like, and storytelling can either be nonfiction or fiction. So, like, it's up to the artist to tell, and it's up for the artist and the author to, you know, unless you have proof that, like, what he said, like, happened, like, you know, it's up to the artist to tell whether or not it's fact or fiction. So,
and I think that may be what has happened in some of the instances here, that maybe they have proof of stuff and then they can look
yeah,
directly
and
to
they're like,
lyrics where he's like almost admitting to a crime.
Well, going and saying,
that's what it seems like.
The whole point of this, like, getting charged with the RICO is that they're trying to fit you under the umbrella of the whole gang, right? So when Young Thug goes and says, I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body, that's literally proving their whole fucking point.
That's what conspiracy is. Conspiring to commit a crime and then committing it.
You're literally proving their whole point that, sure, you didn't fucking kill anyone, but like you said, you had something to do with it in the terms of, like, you fucking paid the money, whatever, you get me? So, like, that shit's all fucked. It's insane because, like, I didn't think Young Thug has been sitting here, like, snitching on himself for the last fucking, like, 7 years, you know? But he has.
Yeah.
Like, and the feds have just been sitting here counting up evidence, letting people die,
keep going.
right?
Yeah, keep
talking.
Yeah.
Letting people die, and literally just, like, letting them do, you know, shit until they're like, you know what? All right, we're good. It's been 10 years. We could get them, you know? Like, dude, 10 years of evidence is fucked.
That's tough. Like, I don't know how you're getting out of that.
Yeah, but they got money. They got good lawyers. Who knows? It's money versus money. I know the feds got money, but they got money too, you know?
They do, but
people have beat it. You can beat it. I know it's hard, but I mean, bro, imagine if the Cavs were like, "Fuck it, we can't come back." You know what I mean?
Record team of all time.
But that's what the Feds are, the best record team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they
like,
don't lose a lot
at all.
You know, but let me give you the other side, I guess. So, other people would say, like, yeah, but in rap music, you have a lot of people who, like, come from, like, a background of crime, let's say, and there's literally a thing called drill rap and shit, like you know what I'm saying, like that's part of a certain side of hip hop where it's like flexing your having street cred, like flexing that you were in the street, like you saw the thing with Bobby Shmurda, like, I sold crack. Like, it's like, damn, bro. Like, why don't you just tell them everything else that you did on video?
On video, yeah.
Like, in clear, high definition.
Maybe that explains why he did, like, 9 years or whatever.
I'm he didn't learn his lesson, bro? Stop.
Fuck out of here.
Come on. But, yeah, so that's, like, that's the other side to it. But at the same time, I still don't think... You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that fucking Key and Peele skit. Where he's like, I shot the dude in the back of the head. And I got taken down to the police station. And they played the song and I got away with it. He's like, see, Terrell, you said that you did this shit. He's like, it's fiction.
Facts. It's fiction. I ain't do that shit. I was joking, man.
He's like, it's my art form.
Yeah, the thing is that's just not gonna fly in court, dead ass. Because what I really realized, man, like listening to that shit behind a Metro Boomin beat, you know, like all that shit, it sounds fire,
the hardest
right?
confession of all time.
It sounds fire, right? But then when you go read that shit on a white piece of paper black, like, font,
And you're
like
reading
all
what
that
he
shit.
wrote.
And you see him talking about, I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body. And like, this is literally like what this is all about. It's like, And I know I'm repeating that bar, right? But go and read that fucking like indictment and you'll see how much lyrics they're using against him. Like the song Bad Boy with fucking Juice WRLD, they're over there talking about when he said he shot at someone's mommy, and shit like that. And not only just that, but bro, there's part of the indictment, right? So part of the thing is that they're saying that he's also trying to get the rapper YFN Lucci murdered in jail, right?
Yeah.
And how is Young Thug, right, gonna go? Like, I think this was like a year ago or some shit like that, but he went on IG, and I remember when he did this. He went on IG and he fucking put on his his story or whatever at YFN Lucci. If I didn't like what you were doing for your mom and your kids, I would have been killed you. How the fuck you gonna say that on IG, bro, and think that the feds and the cops don't see that, right? And then that's in the fucking indictment because, fam, we're saying that you're actively trying to kill him, and we have proof of it, right?
In writing.
And here you are literally getting on IG in front of the world and just saying, yeah, I would have been did it. You know what I mean?
got
Like,
hacked.
fam, yeah, I got hacked. Literally, though. That's what these lawyers are gonna say.
It's a deep fake. It's a deep fake.
Deep
That
fake.
wasn't me.
It's like the Kendrick vid. I'm like, that was not me.
You saw Kendrick. You saw the Heart Part 5. It's the same thing.
Oh my god.
Nah, that's tough, bro. That's really tough.
I don't know how they're gonna get through it, man. But hey, I'm not gonna shout out why. So you ain't getting me on the Rico.
Tough.
Fuck out of here. You want to move on?
We could. Oh, one last thing I did want to say.
Yeah.
When you brought up Juice WRLD, like, bro, I don't think Juice WRLD was really like that. But a lot of rappers out here talk like that, and they're not really about that.
But
so
it wouldn't surprise me though.
So it's like, damn, like, so a lot of people are out here capping. So it's like, it is a fictional fucking genre, like it's an art, and hip hop is based on real life experiences, but it's morphed over the fucking 40.
But Juice
plus
WRLD
years
wasn't
it's
like that,
existed.
but he was like that because he wasn't really rapping about like shooting. He wasn't really rapping about shooting niggas like that. Like, sure he would, but that was
That's literally
just
what he would say.
No, but he
like, we knew
would, but that
wasn't
was
really,
just
like,
rapping, right? My thing
was
is
just
most of
rapping.
his music is about doing drugs and shit like that, and then when it comes to that, he really was about that. So that's why he really was speaking his music. You
But
get me? Like,
I'm not trying to just discredit Juice WRLD here. What I'm trying to say is, some artists,
yeah.
we know they're just rapping. That not everything they're saying is taking it literally.
Who do you feel like is a cap rapper, John? Put it out.
But sometimes rappers are out here saying they did this shit and they did that shit, and it's like, how do you distinguish and
yeah.
what comes after that? You know what I'm saying? How do you
Because
distinguish
bro,
that
song where he's talking about he don't got nothing to do with that body, that's literally a song with fucking Nicki Minaj. Who makes a song with Nicki Minaj and is out here like talking about murders that they did or whatever, or like incriminating themselves on those songs? That sounds so dumb and crazy. You get me?
I
Like,
guess if you already have evidence in real life of criminal activity, and then you see in writing something that really corroborates that story by the suspect,
it's just the fact of, bro,
That's different
if
than-
like, I understand making your lyrics like, that's why rap is so like, beautiful. And that's why music is so beautiful in general, right? It's because artists put like their real life into the music, right? But when you put your real life into the music and like you're doing criminal activity and like everyone can hear it, and then like you have actual people whose jobs is to go and look and see if you're actually doing this shit, you know what I mean? And then you're out here like saying it too, like, what do you, like, you're making their job so easy.
I'm gonna
Like,
test
you're making their job so easy.
I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna dedicate the rest of Johnny Manson to just rapping about like murder and like shit like that, and then see if the feds come after me.
Dude, do your thing, but
No, I'm gonna test it because we're charging Young Thug because what he said. What about what I say in my music?
when you get caught in that Rico,
But my point is that I haven't done anything, so it's like they can't use anything against me because I haven't done anything.
you don't get caught in that life wallet Rico. I'm
Life
trolling.
wallet. By the way, Life Wallet,
Hey,
sponsor the pod. We're
no,
huge
deadass.
Canes fans. Come on the pod. Fuck it.
That was a joke. Don't hate on me, Life Wallet. I'm sorry.
All right, we're done with this fucking topic. So moving on. If you're on the internet, you've heard about Jack Harlow's new album, and there's a lot of hate on his album right now. First thing I want to say is I watched the Needle Drop review of this album, the highlights of his review.
I haven't seen that. Interesting.
And he made a really good point, which was that it's not anything that's over the top that makes me think this is like so good, but it's also very unoffensive. Like it doesn't offend at all. Like it's not something where I'm like, oh, I hate this. And I feel like that resonated with me, and I feel like that may resonate with a lot of people, because like, at least from my perspective, like Zach, I'll let Zach speak for himself, but for me, like, I like this album. I think it's okay. I think it's fine. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the point. It's like, it's not anything crazy. It's not anything offensive. I do think that, when I hear this album, I see flashes of potential. I see flashes of potential that, given more time, he could really develop into a very solid artist, a very dominant artist in the game right now. And he's already making his way there just with having flashes, and just because his bag is commercial party songs, college party songs, and that's a huge market, and that's going to get him a lot of exposure. But as far as like certified as like, I have respect for you as a rapper in the game, I do have respect for him, but he has still a lot to prove.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I don't think the album is bad, right? But, like, when you played me that song that you thought was good or whatever, I thought this is exactly how it always goes with a Jack Harlow song for me. I hear the first 3 seconds, 5 seconds or whatever. I think it's good. The song, the hook gets repeated, like, you know, like the verse is real short and the hook gets repeated, and it's like, oh, okay, so like there's barely any like there's no substance to it, I feel like. And I just feel like his music, like you said, like the whole time when I was listening to the album, I feel like you said, he has potential, right? But the thing is that the production carried the whole album, just like how his last album did. His last album and this album both have, like, you know, I think like really, really great production. Like if you're going to put it on a 1 to 10 scale, like the production is damn near like an 8, 9. You know what I mean?
I would say like
and
8.
just the mixing also is just beautiful and crispy.
Well, yeah, because
you
bro,
know,
he's at fucking the best recording studios in the world.
Yeah, but there's a lot of rappers who are, and it's still not as crispy and beautiful as this. That's why I think like that's the saving grace of this album, is that the production makes me want to listen to it because of how smooth it sounds, right? But the thing is Jack Harlow, like, and I know it's gonna sound crazy, right, or whatever, but he's the worst part of the album, in my opinion, is that he's the worst part of the album because he makes the songs cringy sometimes, or me just as a person who likes bars and just the like album, like hearing niggas rap like their heart out or whatever, like his little quick, like, you know, little bars, and then, you know, like he's not saying shit, like, you know, I don't want to hear the sweet semen bar. I don't know, like bro,
Okay, that
shit.
was a little much, yeah. But
Like, I'm just saying that the bars are really, the bars on almost every song and every verse are pretty weak. And I know that he could, like, have some better bars than that. And that's the problem with it.
I would say that there's some weak ones, there's some solid ones, and there's some really good ones. It's not, like I'm saying, it's not anything on one side or the other. What I will say...
What was that shit? I ain't want to show my dad 100,000. So I ain't showing him 100,000. I like, dude, like, come on, like shit like that. Like, so that's the shit that, like,
100 grand out. Listen, he's cool, man. I fuck with him. What I was gonna say is that song I showed it to you because I know that you're not a huge fan of his. So I was like, let me play like a song that's like the most like mainstream like thing. But like, what I will say is like, also like some of the bars that he has are in like, they're in these songs that are kind of like intimate, and they're about like women, and I wasn't gonna play those with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna bump that song with you. Be like, listen to these bars about him, like
play Dua Lipa
fucking
with me.
girls. Nah, but what
That's
I will
the
say
point.
is there is definitely flashes, and he has potential in this album. And all I'm saying is, like, a lot of people are hating and calling it trash, but I think in 5 years from now, Jack Harlow is gonna be way more solidified in the game than all these haters want to believe, because I just see that. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm almost certain of it. Obviously, anything could happen. He could do a Chance, and Chance still has to drop another album and see if he can come back from that flop. I actually really want to see Chance come back strong from that flop of an album, but
That was like 5 years ago,
that's tough. I mean,
which is wild.
no,
right?
but here's the thing: like, Jack Harlow is just a way different artist, right? And Jack Harlow makes fucking radio songs, club songs,
He'll be
college
back.
party songs. Chance will be back, but
I don't
Jack
know about that
Harlow,
one.
I think that all
I do
the
think
hate,
Jack will be back.
I think all the hate that he's getting is such a statement to like the culture right now on so many levels, because he has a line in his song. He said like, I could have kept it niche, but I'm trying to get rich. I'm trying to like get my homies like rich or some shit. Like, he could have kept it like exactly like what he wanted to do, or he could expand and like make those club records and make those party records, and like name another white boy in rap making like club records and like radio records. There isn't one. There
Asher
literally
Roth.
isn't one.
Dude said
Shut the
Asher
fuck
Roth. Because I love college. Hey.
We're about to get copyrighted. We're about to get copyrighted.
Is
Hey.
Asher Roth still living off that song? Most likely.
I hope so. Nah,
I would
so-
be. Shit.
So you said, I brought up a point saying like, I see a lot of potential, give him more time. You sent me this tweet, and here's the thread. It says, they're comparing Jack Harlow to Mac Miller now. Father, forgive them. People are saying, Jack Harlow can never touch Mac, blah, blah, blah. And before I get to this, what I was trying to finish my point is that there's a lot of hate, and it's honestly really toxic, because when you think about it, like, this guy isn't making like trash rap. Like, he's not like, he has respect for the game. He has respect of his peers. He has a fan base.
Sound like the feds on me.
He's not an industry plant where he has his big cousin who's the best rapper in the game right now writing records for him. Fire him up.
Get him.
Nah, I don't really mean that. I fuck with Baby Keem kinda.
Oh, fuck! Shit, bitch!
But the thing is, man, I understand what you're getting at.
But it's like, bro, it's just like there's too much hate. It's like,
are you saying that
I'm
people
saying-
shouldn't criticize him?
no, I'm saying it's too much. Like, when you see so many people coming out this strongly against this album, which we both agreed was not
But do
really
you-
like offensive, and it wasn't anything crazy. It was just like,
But
it was okay.
the reason why they're doing
if it's
that,
an okay
though,
album and everyone's coming out crazy saying it's horrible, it's trash, to me that reeks of fuck J. Cole.
No.
That reeks of I'm not comparing Jack Harlow to J. Cole, but it's the same part of culture where it's cool to hate on a certain rapper at a certain time. And I think that's what it
if
is.
the album was fire, people would have loved it, right? But the thing is that the album let everyone down, including his fans. I'm pretty sure. And the thing is that, man,
But that's
when
what you think. That's what you think,
the
'cause
thing, it let the main,
it was
regardless
better than I
if
expected.
it didn't let his fans down, right? It let the people who were potential fans down, right? Like,
But
and
that's such
but
bullshit,
no, but the thing,
because it's like you're gonna
John,
be here like a hater
this
of
was
Jack
his-
Harlow. What happened? Honestly, I'm sorry, Zach, but what happened was people were already low key like didn't want him to succeed, and we're
I don't think that's
like,
true.
And we're kind of just like whatever, and then they just immediately like listen to this album.
people
one
didn't
time.
want him to succeed, but he had like the #1 song out.
Yeah, bro, for sure.
I think people wanted him to succeed, man. And the thing is that he didn't fucking provide. Like, he didn't pull through. Like, in the clutch, literally, he dropped the ball. And the thing is that, like,
I
just
don't agree
having
that he
good
dropped the
production is cool, right? But you also have to make good songs. And this was what I was trying to tell you, is that he's gotten to the point where he's more famous than his music is, and I know he has some hits, right? But his music has not progressed. Like his music and lyrics and just him as an artist has not progressed enough for like where he is in the mediascape or whatever. I get you 100%. That's why we're saying he got potential, right? But my thing is dude, there's a lot of MLB players, right, who have potential, right? But the thing is you come up and then you don't fucking actually play good your first year, or you have a couple 10 good games and then the rest is trash. You get me? And that's the whole point, is that we're saying he has potential, but let's not act like this album was a slam dunk. Let's not act like he couldn't have. Let's not act like he couldn't have done better on this album when we all. The problem is, and the reason why we're going in on it is that we all know he could have done better, and he didn't. That's not what people are saying. That's not what people are saying. They're saying it's trash, John. But they're saying it's trash because it could have been so much better. But no. If the Patriots Patriots went out there and were getting their ass banked by the Falcons, and niggas was saying everything the Patriots ever did was trash, right? But the Patriots manned up and ended up winning that game. And if Jack Harlow would have manned up and ended up winning that game, bro, like ended up having a great album and not just having the production carry him or whatever on some mid songs, then he would have literally
like the first to the second quarter right now. Though is my point.
But J. Cole, you were talking about J. Cole, Kendrick, all those artists, right?
I'm not comparing him.
I know, right? But all the artists that we know and love, right? They all don't put out shitty albums, and literally they don't put out mid. That's the whole problem.
But Zach, here's the thing:
is that he's putting out mid, but we're acting like he's one of those.
No.
That's the problem.
I would say he's somewhere between above mid and below great.
Dude, so he's mid.
No, I'm saying he's somewhere between better than mid. I'm saying he's somewhere between better than mid, not mid, but not great. He's not mid, he's not great.
But John, you're either mid or you're great. There's no in between.
No, I totally.
What is the in between between mid and great, bro?
Good. Solid.
Solid.
Yeah, it's solid.
So mid.
It didn't. No. Mid to me is like weak, and it's not weak,
dude. But
let me say something.
But you have a miss. I feel like you don't understand what mid is in a sense, because mid means that something, in my opinion, that it's like 50-50, right?
It's like in the middle.
But like weak would be just somebody saying that shit is bad. Like,
but that's what everyone's
you know
saying.
what I mean?
People
like,
aren't even saying it's.
Yeah, you know what? Nowadays, mid yeah, you're right. Nowadays, it's no like it's mid like, means bad, good is good, mid is bad. Yeah.
What I'm saying is it's better than bad, but it's not good enough to be great. It's good and it has potential. And I honestly think a lot of these people that are out here hating on this album, number one, could never make an album anywhere near this good.
They're not rappers.
They're not. And that's another pet peeve that I have as an artist myself. Hearing people who don't know what it's like to even step into a recording booth or to step in a studio,
you know who you sound like,
or to write songs, and then want to criticize people who actually do that.
But you sound like KD.
No.
You sound like KD being dude, I actually go out here and ball or whatever, and y'all just like watch the game or whatever. Yeah, nigga, and we watched you chuck up horrible shots. I'm like, fuck out of here. It doesn't matter, like, you know, that like you're, you know, you actually do this, and that we like watch the game.
No, I hear you,
like,
but that's not my point.
We watch it, and it's just as impactful. Like, I know that
that's not
nobody's like you're a great player, you get me, but like
listen. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying this to say that no one is allowed to criticize music or be a critic.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that as an artist, at least when it comes to my music, I care more about other artists' opinions than I do about other people's opinions that are not artists. Because they know how difficult it is to make music. They know how difficult it is. And I feel like where KD's coming from is like, if one of his peers criticized him and said, it's like meet me on my level. If you never worked at my job where you used to work, it's like, how are you going to criticize how I do this job? Yeah, you can look from the outside and you can see, oh, you didn't do this right, but
you don't know the
details. And you don't know the details of being an NBA player. You don't know the details of
but we do know that Jack Harlow
charts. You don't know how much time, bro.
But
people have been out here rapping 8-10 years and like that, like him. It's like how, like, it's like, and for that to just be met with like you're trash when it's number one sounds fine. It doesn't sound like Lil Pump. It doesn't sound like Gucci Gang, or fucking D-Rose. It doesn't sound like some bullshit. It's not fucking J. Cole. We get that.
What if I told you, sadly,
like,
it's on that level, though? Sadly, what if I told you, right, John?
Nah,
literally,
it's the people who are calling this album trash that listened to it once or twice,
bro,
and didn't want to like it, and they're set in that. And it's like, bro, I bet you if you really wanted to try to like it and you listen to it every day,
you gotta wanna try to like the album, nigga. That shit's mid.
No, I'm saying if you
Nobody went into the album thinking, let's hate on it before we hear a fucking second. We went into the album expecting and hoping to hear some good shit, just like any album. Why else would you listen to an album? You're not listening to an album to be like, oh yeah, I know it's going to be ass before I even listen to it. Why would you listen to it? We went into it hoping to like the album. The album was not what anyone expected. It did not live up to par, and that's the problem. Bro, he literally has not lived up to par. His music is not up to where he is in the social standing of Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. And that's the problem, is that like people like are over here wanting his music to be better than it is, and then when it wasn't, we were all pretty like, damn, that's fucked. Because he has potential, and we know he's a good rapper and he's a good artist. But that's the thing, man, like you gotta actually go and perform, you know what I mean? Like I said already, just having good beats does not mean that you're gonna have a good thing. But get me? Like,
listen, what you were saying really clicked something in my mind, because you know what it is that because he has hit records, which puts him in the spotlight, everyone wants to come out and be like, oh, I listened to this album, I'm expecting fire. But it's like, are you even a Jack Harlow fan? Do you fuck with any of his music besides maybe one song that was super popular?
But that's fucking problem, is that this was his fucking moment, John. You're not realizing. Yes, it quite literally was. It quite literally was his moment, right? And now niggas are looking at him like, all right, cool, you got a couple of hits for some girls, right? But the rest of your music is mid. Literally, your album was mid. So now you gotta wait until your new album comes out, right? And then your new album better not be mid, right? Because then guess what? Now you're just mid Harlow. Literally. I think that
this looks like his moment, but I'm telling you, in the next few years,
Drake on the album, whole industry trying to push it. I'm like, niggas like pushing him on Instagram, TikTok, every single place. He's going on the tour with City Girls.
If it was his moment, I don't think that he necessarily hurt himself with this album. And I know a lot of people disagree with me.
He didn't help, and that's not
what I'm saying.
But dropping an album and not helping is not good. That means you flopped.
But here's the thing, I disagree.
That means, but hold up. So
I like this album.
Let's think about it like this, right? Helping is good, right? Not helping is mid. So and then literally and then having a bad album, right, is literally good, like no having a think about it, right? Good album up, mid out, like I forgot what we had said, but mid album right here, and then fucking bad album right here. He dropped a mid album that did not help himself.
It's great, it's good, or it's mid. I think this is
good.
Mid
is but that's it. All right.
I think it's good. I do. Whatever. I don't think it's great. I think it's fine, bro. I think it's good.
Most people don't agree with that.
I know, but I also think it's cool to hate on him, and I think that also that's because he's popular, and I just think that a lot of people are just quick to hate on some shit, and it's like
people wanted to like the album. That's the funny part.
Why do people care so much about hating on his music? If you don't like it, then fine. But why is it? Why does everyone have to talk about how much they don't like it? It's like everyone talking about.
Well, why do we get to talk about things?
Well, I like the album. Case. No, what I'm saying is, it's like, okay, you can talk about
people have opinions.
You can talk about whatever you want, but my point is that when everyone is talking about this album, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are hating on it, you have to understand there's a portion of those people.
It's groupthink.
It's groupthink.
Yeah.
Totally. And there's a portion of those people that literally have no opinion of their own, and don't give a fuck, and we're like, everyone's hating on this album. Everyone, like, I'm gonna listen to what everyone's doing.
Ask
yourself. I'm gonna go
yourself.
listen to one song and find one thing I don't like about it, and then tweet about how I hate this album. How many people did that? A fuck ton, I bet.
Dude, have you ever heard
none of those people
anyone
have any respect
you have
for
to
what it
ask
takes
yourself,
to make music,
have you
or to make
ever
hit
heard
records? That's
anyone
crazy.
play a Jack Harlow song that's not one of his hits? Let me know. And if you have, I won't even go there and say and ask what they look like, but I'm just saying, man, you ain't never heard it happen.
And this is
because
this is where
that's
we disagree.
not, bro.
And this is where we disagree because I would say that this album changed that. It took him from I only have a couple hits to there's now a portion of people of my fan base or a portion of fans of hip hop and rap that no longer look at me as a single artist, like dropping singles that like pop off. But
no,
like,
he's quite literally still a singles artist. But this album did not help that.
No, but that to you, but to me, I'm just speaking right now because I'm not speaking in groupthink.
But it was you said it was a mid album, right? So how does a mid album?
No, I did not say it was mid. I said it was good.
But you said it didn't help him.
No, I do think it helped him.
All right, now
I don't think it hurt him.
But
I didn't mean no. When I said that, I immediately corrected myself.
I'm just saying that, man. But not hurt. But when you say not hurting, John, I think that's literally like, come on, bro.
I don't think it hurt him. You know, it's so complicated because
the album was mid. You gotta sit here and do that, You gotta sit here and fight for it because it was mid. You don't gotta sit here and fight for Good Kid, Mad City. You don't gotta sit here and fight.
Those are great. That's a great album.
What's a lot? All right, Logic, everybody, right? That album wasn't mid. That was a good album, right? And the thing is you don't gotta
it's a great album.
Yeah, but the thing is
it's also
everybody is on a level that fucking like, this album is not.
But Zach, here's the thing, and this is gonna get us into the Mac Miller thing because
don't get and niggas talking about he's like Mac Miller. Shut the fuck up.
No,
I'm like, you don't need to talk about music if you think he's like Mac Miller. You know what I mean? Like motherfuckers who think that's a thing. It like, bro, are you crazy? Like, are you actually crazy?
I think that people comparing him to Mac Miller is wrong.
It's just racist. But whatever.
What I will say is that everyone is their own person, and trying to compare two different artists just because they're both white and they both rap is
niggas
bullshit.
That's like comparing Lil Baby and J. Cole. I'm like, they're not the same person.
Or Lil Baby and DaBaby.
Like, come on, bro.
Because they're both black and they both have fucking
I just think
baby in their
that
name. It's like that doesn't mean anything. And this is my point, that fucking people want to compare. It's like, bro, not comparing Jack Harlow to anyone, I see so much potential from this album. This album showed me so much potential, and you know what it showed me?
You heard great beats.
You know what it showed me? It showed me that low-key, he's gonna be the #1 white rapper for at least the next 5 years.
Dude.
So, anyways.
I guess that might be a cool thing. My thing is how long it was that. Ask G-Eazy how cool that is.
He was never the #1 white rapper to me.
No. I mean, to you. But he was.
Numbers, yeah, but to me,
so that's why it's like he was, though. You know what I mean? And how cool is that?
And look, I'm not gonna
not
hate
that
on
cool
G-Eazy
because nobody's fucking bumping the same thing.
I like G-Eazy's songs.
The
some of
same
them,
thing
but
with
Mac Miller's way better.
G-Eazy. It is with Jack Harlow. It's insane. It's insane how life just works in circles because
like hit
both
records and then
niggas with hit records, right? Bitches want to fuck them. Niggas with hit records, you know what I mean? But the albums mid. G-Eazy had some good songs on those albums, right? But really, those albums were mid. And it's the same thing with Jack Harlow. The thing is that I guess we just like Jack Harlow a little more.
No, I wouldn't say that those... and you're making me go out on a limb for G-Eazy, and I'm not out here trying to be like G-Eazy's the best rapper ever.
Do it.
But I will tell you, those two albums, that white one and then the black one, those two albums that dropped next to each other, I think those were good albums to me. I didn't realize, like, Thomas brought it up to me, like when we went on our road trip or whatever.
The black one was better. The black one was better.
Yeah, like when it gets dark out or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, they had some bops on it.
Yeah, and Thomas was like, I didn't know like you like Jeezy like that. And I was like, I don't. And he's like, but I heard like some Jeezy songs. Like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess so. Like he does have some good songs, and like G-Eazy, you know, like. If you watch his Rapture shit, like, if you watch Jack Harlow's interviews, I think we like to just bro, it's so easy to just like be like depersonalize it and just be like that person is mid and they're whack and blah 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 blah. But it's like when you watch their interviews and you hear about how Jack Harlow stopped drinking and smoking and he's so focused on becoming the best and he knows how much he wants to progress and get better.
Dude.
There's nothing but respect from me when I see that.
If he's not drinking and smoking,
when I see G-Eazy's rapture and I see what his process is and what he's doing, it automatically makes me gain respect because what I realized is like I had more hate for G-Eazy till I saw that.
If he's not drinking and smoking,
till I saw that.
If he's not drinking and smoking and he's putting his all into,
it's actually impressive.
But dude, if he's not drinking and smoking and he's putting his all into this shit, and this is what he gave us, go smoke a blunt. This shit was trash. Literally, like, come on, fam. I'm like, no,
you're underappreciating this album.
I'm not underappreciating shit. You're not gonna listen to this in 3 months, dude. Fuck out of here.
That's not true. I know for sure. I've listened
Kendrick
to
Lamar
this
is dropping in 2 days. You will not be listening to this in a week or 3 days, bro, fam. That's a fact. You know that. You know that.
I think that.
No nigga listen to Jack Harlow.
I think that it's a good album. It's solid. Has a lot of potential. It shows his potential, and he's gonna only get bigger and better.
All right, I get you.
And that's that.
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah. Enough with all the Jack Harlow shit.
Why?
My God, bro, it's deep riding all you do.
Like
you literally got that nigga.
The Bentley
dick in your mouth
stays, the
right now. I
broke
see it.
hoes goes. That's racist, my nigga. That's racist, my nigga.
Percocet, 1-1. Percocet, 1-1.
Woo, it's hot.
No, I don't.
Fucking under titties hot. My pussy getting hot.